Hey guys, welcome back to 3 Hits with Rosey. First thing I wanted to touch on, Bobby Hull's passing we found out today. Tough to see. The older you get, the more you kind of see and notice people that pass away that you remember had an impact on you or that you recognize. And by no means did I cross eras with Bobby Hull at all. But I knew who the Golden Jet was my whole life, and always heard the story of him signing the first guy to sign for $1 million. I heard how fast his slap shot was. That picture of him chucking hay bales at the farm. He's just jacked out of his mind, and it's like the 50s or something. He made an impact on the game, no doubt. And he's one of the first guys to curve his stick, and he had the hardest slap shot in the world, and he curved his stick to see what he could make the puck do, and messing around with things. He's kind of a trailblazer in that way. You look at the kids these days, they got crazy curves and training tools and different flexes, and they're always seeing what they can make the puck do. And it's kind of a byproduct of guys like Bobby Hull doing what they did in their era respectively. So you definitely want to give a nod when they pass away, and take time to remember their impact on the game and just life in general. I have a story. When I was playing junior hockey, we were just sitting there eating one day with the old Grizzlies in a restaurant, and in came this guy, and he was kind of a presence, and then all of a sudden a ring goes bouncing across the table, and someone picks it up, and he goes, "That's what you'll hopefully be playing for one day, boys." And it's Bobby Hull, and it's his 61 Blackhawks ring that we all got to pass around the table and check out, and he just stopped to have a bullshit. Just seemed like kind of a solid guy at the time anyways. But moving on to number 2, the All-Star game. Like, what is it all about? What do people think about it? I mean, what do the players think about it? I know what Nick thinks about it. He gets to go stay in a hotel with a water slide, and he's pretty excited, and he's all hard about it. Cool. But is there a correlation between injuries going way up right before the All-Star game? I'd love someone to look that up for me and let me know. If the numbers boost near the All-Star game, you could say it's the grindy days or whatever. But let's be honest, I think guys pull the chute who don't want to go to the All-Star game. And, you can hide behind the guise of, I'm a competitor. My number one priority is the playoffs, is my team, is winning, is fulfilling my contract, blah, blah, blah. And you can kind of get behind that. But at the end of the day, the All-Star game, you're not really playing for anything. You have to ask the same media bullshit questions all day long, and it's kind of a mess around thing. Sure, you get to have fun, and that's why guys go, no question. But it'd just be nice if there was something on the line that meant something to these guys. They've tried paying them $100,000 or giving them this. It doesn't seem to get it done with these All-Star type players. But if all of a sudden they're playing, for their team to get some kind of benefit in a playoff sense, or I don't know how it would work. Obviously baseball does it, but it's a little different story with the hockey game. It's tough to say, but I'd like to hear what you guys think about what could be done to the All-Star game. Is it fine? Leave it alone? But I kind of get the sense that it's just not taken seriously. In fact, I know that, and I want question with how many players actually even want to go to it. Number 3, just to touch on the Matt Murray situation again. I mean, people are talking about going and getting a goalie and whatnot. I think that's ridiculous. I don't think they will look there at all. Matt Murray tends to go like this with his injury status. And was the timing of his realization of his injury the other day, on Friday, pretty inconvenient? Yeah, it really was. You'd think that if he was even close, they'd be on watch and Sammy would be ready. It doesn't seem like it was that way at all. It seemed like he just bailed last minute. You'd like to see the communication with the trainers and what be a little bit clearer than that. So it makes you wonder what Murray's doing. But I like to give the players the benefit of the doubt, and hopefully he's just rehabbing up and getting healthy again. I really expect them to be a 1-2 punch in the playoffs. I do not think their minds are for looking elsewhere right now at all. I mean, when he's in, he's solid. I think this is only the second time he's been injured, all year. And now you get a chance to, it's a good time of year minus this Boston game coming up, but good time of year to start testing out, some of your talent on your third string and whatnot. And, after All-Star break, it's a great time to do that. So I'm not worried about the goaltender situation. I haven't really been all year, but crazier things have happened. I'm sure Nick will take the opportunity to say I'm wrong as soon as I click this button.